Well, I'm wondering, like, the thoughts that I'm having right now. I'm like, well, I guess I used to write notes for those. Maybe it's because we took such a hiatus. I stopped writing notes because I'm like, well, I know it's going to be a while, so like, might as well just wait for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because you usually answer some questions when we watch the next one, right?
Yeah, this is a bookend. It feels like this is a little bit of a bookend episode because it sort of it just ended things, right? Like they've now they know what they're doing, and so now this next arc begins. There was no cliffhanger.
Yeah.
They got like 2 weeks off, right? He said, or a week, 2 weeks,
I did
something like that.
see in the comments section at the end of this episode, they said, see you in September, right? So that means we don't get one this week?
No, we don't get one. No, I meant in game time. In
Oh,
game time, they said that yeah, there's nothing happening for two. The mission starts in like 2 weeks or something, or a week or
right.
something
The,
like
the
that. So they got a week.
onslaught or whatever. So
Yeah,
they said, so they're going to
the
go to the
three,
Fae.
maybe. Yeah, they think they're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Huh. Well, hey, dude. Hey, we're on the internet.
Oh shit! I didn't even know you started. Hey, welcome to Critters in Taiwan.
Well, I guess.
It's listen. It's a D&D podcast about Critical Role, where a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. I am Ben in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
I am Tim in Taichung, Taiwan. I'm getting confused
Yay,
about your country, my country.
and we're critters in T countries.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're still figuring that out. Yeah. So welcome
I'm
back.
curious if our like the people who regularly get in contact with us on like YouTube and stuff, if they're in Taiwan, because then maybe the show's just for them and it's about them.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
It really could be. I was just about to get to that too because if I
Oh
can
no!
open the thing up here. I just want to give a quick shout out to Intoxicated Conqueror, and she says welcome back. Congratulations on the new job and digs. I heard she had
So
an interesting
nice.
point. I heard Matt interviewed where he had two other ways planned to send FCG away without him dying. It was Sam who made the choice for FCG. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Did she
and
cite where she read that?
I remember reading. I remember seeing that interview as well. It was. It might have been the four-sided dive right afterwards where he mentioned that. Because it rang a bell with me too. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I kind of remember that also. And then CMLT says it has a comment as well. Glad to see you two are back. I keep checking for updates weekly. Want to hear your tales on Downfall and everything after. Look forward to next episode. Smiley day to you.
That's so nice, man.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
shouts out back to both of you guys as well. We appreciate you.
I frankly just like didn't check the comments because I didn't expect anything because we
Yeah.
took like what 8 weeks off, like two
like
months, man.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yep.
7 weeks,
I,
something like
I
that.
look back. We were very wrong. We did do an episode on the live show.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I
But
couldn't
then,
remember it either.
but then after the live show, we did see that video that Sam
Yes.
put out, and that's why I
That's
thought
right.
that we didn't. Yeah,
That's
okay.
right. That's right. And then we talked about and we would shot each other messages back and forth about Downfall and everything that came after that up until last week. So,
Yeah.
hey, which speaking of, tonight we're going to talk about episode number 105, Collecting Legends.
Collecting Legends. Yeah, I was wondering how they would name this one because there's
Yeah.
nothing that really stands out. It was a very easy listening episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton of lore. Just basically just like, I mean, well, I guess I have a point here, but I won't step on my own feet here. Just a lot of stuff about individual members. You know?
Well, I think back to our point about earlier, we're going to see in the next few weeks, I think, because they're probably going to take a week or so to do all of this stuff, or 2 weeks or whatever they said. I hope we're going to get to see some fun stuff that in Vasselheim with gods and individual members of Bell's House going to visit temples. Maybe I think we'll get a spooky little visit with Laudna to the Raven Queen Temple. We might get Ashton go to see something. Who knows? He seemed to be kind of interested in going to chat with people and others also. Now that Orm's spoke with the Wild Mother, I think we'll get to see other ones go check other gods out. Which is where we're going to get the vision of Downfall come into play, I think, and a lot of what happened, what they witnessed in that video, the magic orb, the thing, yeah. So they watched that video, right, of Downfall, and I think that's going to come back into play again. Maybe. We'll see.
I'm not sure you mean by that. Like, that's where they've seen it already, right? That was just
Right.
in sequence.
So they're going to go. It feels like they have a lot of skepticism and doubts about the gods being good, the prime deities, I mean.
Right.
And so I'm curious how that's going to play out in the next few episodes, or next episode anyway, if they go to visit other temples and talk with other priests or whatever they may be, disciples of the gods. Suddenly that stuff becomes relevant. We haven't heard much about what they saw in Downfall, right?
That's
They
true,
haven't
but
really
they all,
talked
I mean, why would they talk about it with each other? They all saw it, right?
Right, but I mean
But-
with other people, it
Yeah,
hasn't
like
been
with
really
Keyleth, etc.
Right,
But she
right.
did talk with, what, her mom? Was that what it was? Where she, like, just... No. She wouldn't say that to her mom. Didn't she... fuck.
Who?
No.
Imogen?
Yeah. She
Yes,
disclosed
in the
everything
in
she
the
saw about
message.
Ludinus, not
Yes.
Downfall. Is that
No.
correct?
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause she was like, and I tell her everything. And
Right.
Matt's like, okay, cool. And then we
Yes.
skip
Yeah,
forward.
I'm really Laura's getting really, really good at that now. She's just the hand wave, and it cuts through so much nonsense because it suddenly makes everything go by faster, and it's assumption of, okay, no, full disclosure, now we both are on the same page, so we can move forward without anything being lost in nuance or innuendo.
Yeah, but also in the case of Liam, well, he'll sit there and be like, can I actually RP this? 'Cause
Yeah.
He always
Yeah.
has some really good RP when he talks
Yes.
about that stuff. you know?
Very, very different styles of gaming for sure.
Yeah, because like,
That's good.
I'll listen and watch on my balcony. My girlfriend set up my. I have this little thing that holds my phone above my washing machine, so that's where I have my
Okay.
beer and my iPad. And like
Okay.
every time Liam opts into doing something like this, I'll just like stop playing the iPad and just watch the episode and
Yep.
just watch Liam do his thing. He's just brilliant, dude. Him and Matthew working together. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
push and pull. We know you're watching.
Speaking of Matt, it appeared this episode Matt was at his honestly finest improvisational genius for this one.
You mean with Dorian?
With everything, with all of them. Yeah, with Dorian and with
when I
like with
noticed
that tete-a-tete with Chet and Waylon, with all of the things, the High Bear Vord, with all of those interactions, it just seemed like he was ready for every situation, and that's preparation as a DM, I think. But it was on full display for this episode, where he was just able to nail every single interaction with ease. I was sort of in awe. I was watching it. I was like, wow, this is a bit of I use this word a lot with this show, but a bit of a masterclass in DMing again, where just seeing the skills.
That's why
And
we
it's
watch this show
inspiring.
instead of other
Inspiring.
games, you know?
Yeah.
There's a reason that this is a global phenomenon. Yeah, Matthew was like slaying. Like I said, the one that stood out to me most was him and Dorian and his father. So Bronte
Zaru.
and his father
Yeah.
speaking. Because, like, you know, when he hesitated, and then Bronte, I'll call him Bronte in this conversation, he was like, oh, and he launched into this thing. Just excellent RP. And then Matthew let him talk. He didn't interrupt, being like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, other DMs might. But he's sitting there just like,
Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah,
this
man.
guy's a good
It
actor.
was clever. It was very clever. I really enjoyed it too.
And the way he brought it back around, you know, it's like, dude, I'm hesitating because I know you're capable and I don't want to lose you. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, oh, God, that hurts. It was very touching, very beautiful.
Yeah, and out of that, I mean, we might as well get into these things right now. That I had no idea. I did this at work today. I'm not at work. I was in between classes. Was doing sort of
He
a
was
little
at
bit
work.
I was at work. I have free time on Tuesdays, and most days. So I was sitting there. I was like looking up these items that they got, and it's
Okay, yes, please.
it's funny because there's no mention of this on stream, and yet in the Critical Role fan Wikipedia, whatever it's called, Critipedia, it's a full layout of everything that it does. So I
page?
don't. No, not the page, but like a bunch, but the actual details of what it does. This Gamble Cleft, the Vortex Blade, is a +3 short sword. It on an if you roll. Do you want to hear all these details?
Yes,
They're
yes, I
fast-
really do.
If you roll an 18 or higher when you use it, it restores a bardic inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And it doesn't stop there.
Yeah, it does, and there's two more. Double damage of any blade flourish
Flourish.
damages. That's the College of the Swords. It's a thing they get at third level. It's an archetype feature sort of thing that they
Oh,
get.
we're
That basically
hiccuping.
they're College of the Swords, so they know how to flourish their blade well.
Mm-hmm.
And when they use any of these things, it does double damage or it does extra damage.
Hmm.
This sword doubles that damage.
Oh, it doubles the double damage.
No, when you use Blade Flourish, you get an extra damage dice,
Oh,
and this feature on this particular sword doubles that damage.
okay. We had a hiccup there for a second, but it seems
Oh,
like the video's
yeah.
catching back up.
Okay.
Because you're back in almost sync.
Oh, that's good. The Wi-Fi's been spotty all day today because it's been pouring rain, torrential downpour for like 24 hours.
It's the tropics,
Just
man.
It's the tropics. Yeah, that's the way it is.
And
Anyway,
also,
so you
every
do.
time every time you start speaking, there's like a tiny little pop.
There's a little.
I hope it's not picking up. I can see
Okay,
it.
so that's good. That's
Sorry,
good.
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So double damage of Blade Flourish, and then the last one. This one is fascinating. Once per day, you can use this sword to, at the end of your attack again with disadvantage within 15 feet infinitely until you miss.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's sort of like in
very
Pathfinder.
stormy.
In Pathfinder, it's called like Walk of the Wind or something. I forget what it's called. You walk with the wind, I think it
Like
is.
storms.
And
yeah.
right. So basically, you can attack somebody, and then you can choose to attack somebody else within 15 feet with disadvantage. But if you hit, you can do it again, and with disadvantage. And then if you hit, you can do it again with disadvantage. And if you hit, you can do it ad nauseum. You can just keep going until you miss.
Making me
Pretty
sick.
cool.
Keep talking about it. Yeah, and let's be
Once per day.
realistic. I mean, how many times are you going to hit with disadvantage? I mean, if you get super
Yeah.
fucking lucky, you're going to hit
Well,
like
if you're-
3 times. But
Yeah,
within
if you're
15
Feet.
feet,
Yeah.
even that's outside melee range.
Yeah. So
So they're saying that you would flash
in-
over and hit him?
I think you would take attacks of opportunity every time. But if you took somebody, I don't know. I don't really know. It's weird. They will have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we got, yeah. So that was a fun thing. I got to think about the other one too. But
Before we do the other ones, can I pull the
Yep.
string off real quick?
Yes.
This is kind of a fundamental thing about D&D. When it says once per day, that's regardless of a long rest, right?
It is, yes,
It's
regardless
just like this
of
day or this
yes.
day. If you do
Yes.
not sleep, you still get it back.
It's generally assumed that a long rest is the end of the day, but it's once per day is once per day.
I mean, there was people reading books to like increase things. They're like, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'll take
Yes.
the,
Yeah.
like
But that's
that,
still,
but
it's a day is a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm erasing that one. All right, other
Yep.
things, please.
The only other one that we got was was Truth Bearer. Bryas's new plate mail, the platinum dragons,
Yeah.
silver inlaid platinum plate, full plate suit.
No, I did love how Matthew did this when he taught. One of my favorite words in the English language is pauldron. And when he did that, when he said like you got this platinum pauldrons with these spikes.
Yeah, the spikes that come out.
I
Yeah.
came on my balcony. But this isn't the only one. We also got the sword. I don't know what happened with Orm's sword.
Orm's seedling. It became exalted. We don't know.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
don't know that one.
I don't
For
think
some
so.
reason we know these
looked.
ones.
Yeah, I didn't look. I just sort of assumed that it wouldn't be there, but I
Man.
should have actually checked it out.
Think of the fans.
But that was last episode. That wasn't this episode.
True enough. True enough.
So Truth Bearer is kind of cool.
And
Plate
what
mail
a
plus.
shot at him.
Yeah, dude. What an awkward conversation that was. So we got Truth Bearer, which is a +2 plate mail suit. Gives disadvantage on stealth because it's heavy armor. All heavy armor does, as Pike found out in campaign 1. It gives you plus 30 hit points to your lay on hands feature if you're only paladins. Yeah, plus 30 extra hit
That's
points up for lay on hands.
huge.
It's huge. Yeah,
That
it's big.
is-
It's a big one.
Wait, hold on. What kind of potion gives about 30? Because it's however many dice plus the number of dice, right?
Yes.
So it's like
Yeah.
if you
So
have like 3 or 4 dice, it's like something plus 4, right?
six. Well, six maximums. So what's a six? It's like that's a greater. Maybe a supreme would give you 30 on average.
Yeah. So like on average,
Yeah.
so he's got a supreme fucking
Well,
potion, which
it's
is thousands of gold, right?
yeah, something like 700 or something like that. I think.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it only?
It's lay on hands is the paladin is a paladin feature though, right? So it's like you get it's an extra pool. So he's already got probably that much way in his pool. So it just might just double his pool of lay on hands.
Man, that's huge though.
It's a big one, yeah. But there's still one more. Every turn he can use his reaction. It gives the fighting protection fighting style feature on the plate mail, which is a fighter thing. Basically, every turn he can use his reaction to impose disadvantage on any attack on himself or an ally within 5 feet.
As a reaction.
As a reaction, yeah. Burn your reaction to impose disadvantage on an enemy's attack.
So if
Pretty good. Pretty
the
good.
paladin is in the heat with someone else, they can
Yeah.
be like, nope, roll again.
That's right. Or just disadvantage, yeah. Or it'd be like it's kind of sort of like a monk thing too, right? Monks can do that. And I think rogues can as well at some level. I forget.
Jeez.
But yeah,
So
that's a
these
good one.
paladins, they get to like dip their toes in all kinds of different pies.
Yeah.
Like, why
Well,
wouldn't you be
yeah.
a paladin? I guess.
Yep.
What's his name? Mango Jello.
It
He had the right idea. What's his name?
Magellan?
Mango Jello. That actor guy. He was in Magic Mike.
Oh, Mangiello.
Yeah.
Joe. Right.
Joe.
Joe
That's right, yeah.
Manganielli.
Joe Mango Jello. Yeah.
Mango Jello. Joe Mango. Yes.
Like he
It
had the
made
right
me- it
idea.
just-
It's like, I'm gonna be a paladin, dude, because then later in the game, I'm gonna fucking be killing it.
Right. Can I do a quick little tangent off of this? Because reading through these today, it was funny because as I was reading through them, I was sort of giggling. I was not giggling. I was laughing. I was chuckling. Chuckling is what I was doing. I was like, oh god, like in
Maybe chortling.
in sort of distaste because Hasbro vis-a-vis D&D Beyond announced over the weekend that when the new players book comes out in September which is the 2024 edition, and they said at the beginning that it would be backwards compatible with everything that they did before.
Right.
On the weekend, they announced that when the new players book comes out, all spells and magic items in D&D Beyond will be immediately switched to the 2024 version. Erasing, or the 2014 version will not be accessible. A lot of spells and a lot of magic items have been changed. And everybody lost their shit. They're like, you told us that everything would be backwards compatible. There's been a whole big uproar about it. People getting really upset, and rightfully so, because it means they were like, well, we'll give you the option if you want to hold on to it. You can go in and homebrew everything. So you can just go in and change it all to homebrew. And it's like, well, that's not what we signed up for.
Yeah.
You told us that everything would be backwards compatible, and now you're saying it's not. So it means that like a lot of spells, like Chill Touch is a good example. Chill Touch was a ranged attack. Now it's a melee attack or something like that, whatever it may be. A lot of things have changed. So when you go into D&D Beyond and you click on your spell, you'll have to relearn some of the spells. They won't work the same way.
Right.
For something like Critical Role, that might really bog things down, but I figured, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that just means that they'll have staff to go in and homebrew everything, so it'll all be the same. It'll all be good. As soon as I was done looking at all these magic items, a thing popped up on my news feed that said, oh, Hasbro has reversed its decision. Their D&D Beyond will now be, you can choose it to be 2014 version or 2024 version. I'm like, big win for the community.
Okay.
Again.
Wait, so like in the 2024 version, that's the one that's not backwards compatible, but you can change anything you want. I mean, you can homebrew anything anytime you want, right?
Yes. But they said that there'll be a legacy button where you can go back and everything will stay the same as the 2014 version, or you can go forward with the 2024 version. They're letting it all be basically all you get to choose what you want, and rightfully so. That's the way it should be.
As a video gamer,
Yeah.
I don't want to mod my own games. I want someone
Right.
to put time and effort into a game and
Yes.
present it to
Yes.
me, and I play that game.
Right.
And then eventually, if I really become savvy, I might like, oh, I want to write a mod for this. You know, they're like, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I want someone else to do it. So if I'm going to purchase something
Well,
and they're going to say like, oh, but you can change it if you want to. It's like, no, I don't want to. I don't have the
yes.
savvy, and I don't have the.
So here's the reasoning behind it, right? Like let's imagine this is Laura playing Jester in campaign 2, and this happens. One of the big ones that's changed is spiritual weapon is now concentration. So she would not be using the 2024 rule set. She wouldn't be able to have her duplicate and spiritual weapon at the same time.
Right.
And so imagine mid-campaign, D&D Beyond changes it. She goes into her thing. She's like, I'm going to cast this. And it's like, oh, I can't. Why? And it bogs everything down
Right,
in
'cause it's on the
midstream.
app, yeah.
Because it's all in the app, right? So this is why people are like, don't do this. Like you're not, I mean, we're talking about Critical Role, but don't do this thing to us because it's just going to bog everything down. Let us have the choice going forward or staying with the original that we liked.
Yeah. I mean, some people still play Pathfinder, I'm sure, right?
Hey.
Yeah, not so much.
No, it's easily number 2 in gaming in D&D parlance. I mean, it's
Yeah, because like 5th edition is like
number 1.
Pathfinder, but like, yeah. But I imagine, you know, I mean, you you got me all nostalgic. Not really, because I have no history with D&D. But yeah, the book you showed me before we went live, and I'm just like, yeah. But I bet some of those people might even prefer
this
2nd
book?
edition. Oh, look how sexy that is.
Look at how big this fucking tome is.
And it's so
monstrous.
pristine. This guy takes care of his shit.
I have barely cracked the spine on it.
It's like in
It's
a
the-
Roboros, but
the-
he's like his tail is flame.
The making of original Dungeons and Dragons 1970 to 1977.
Wow.
It has every single rule book from those years in it. It's gorgeous. I bought it on Amazon. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't like I went out and quested for it, but it is a beautiful, beautiful book.
He showed me some pages before we went live, and like there are handwritten notes from Gygax, and I didn't see the other name.
Arneson, yeah.
Yeah.
Between Gygax and Arneson about the creation of chainmail into D&D, first edition. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
Gygax itself is such a D&D name. Like that's a name of
Yeah.
a dragon, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get into some rollies here because we're
Yeah.
already like half an hour.
Yeah, I've got 2 little points here, bud. This
Cool.
episode was very easy listening, and everything made sense, and a little bit of fan service, and then
Travis called this the best first half of the game ever at the break.
wow.
Yeah, he said it twice.
He said it on
It was
cast?
that good. On cast, yeah, on stream. Right at the very end when they went to break, just before they were going to break.
Do that real quick.
Yeah, see, I'm getting a little. Oh, it's because I held that stupid book up.
Oh, that's what happened.
Come on,
Man, I got another camera here. Maybe I should send it to you.
do it. You can do it. Come on.
This one maxes out at 720 instead of 1080.
Hey, there we go. I'm back.
Hey, there you
Maybe.
go. Almost high def.
Almost. This is a 1080 camera. It just doesn't like to do it. It says right there, HD 1080, but
Yeah, it says-
sometimes it doesn't.
I think you and I have the same camera, but mine's doing 1080 on mine, no problem. Maybe it's because it's internet.
Yeah, it
and
could be.
It
Who
filters
knows?
out some hundreds of P.
Whatever. Let's do some rollies.
Okay, geez, did I even push that button last time?
I don't know. I think so. I think we rolled some dice.
I'm starting with
we definitely rolled dice because I remember rolling a 2.
yeah.
Okay,
oh,
here we
that's
go.
right. And I remember making up a question.
Yep.
I started with a 4, homie.
I started with a 3, homie.
Oh. Look at that. I'll take that win. That's the most efficient win you could ask for. All right. Well, I'm going to start with my first one that I have written down there. And I read the second one during our intro. The first one says, Matt is getting grand. You know, and it really starts making me feel like we're kind of wrapping up over here. Like some big shit is about to happen. And the fact that they have like 2 weeks before this onslaught, and they got like this back door that they said, don't talk about it, but Keyleth brought it up. Matthew, as Keyleth, he's like, they said, what about, was it Vex saying, maybe we should get the Mighty, not the Mighty Nine, the Vox Machina back together.
Yes.
And then somebody else, I forgot who said, Allura said the Mighty Nine, and then Keyleth is like, and then she started spouting these titles, which are
Ooh, those titles.
completely
I
non-official unless she assigns official
mhm.
officialness to
I
it.
I got the titles here. You want to hear them?
Yes, please.
Okay. We'll start with Lady Fern Calloway, Fey Scion of the Ancient Flame, Laudna, Veil Mistress
Jeez.
of the Shadow Tree, Ashton the Reforged, Hammer of Paradox,
Hammer
Chetney
of
Pocketby.
Paradox.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm
Hammer of
curious about
Paradox.
paradox. What's that
Well, it's because
paradox?
the Duda Duda in
The
his head.
Duda Dootsie.
Yeah,
That's right.
the
Okay.
Doody Mancy.
Yeah, the Duda
Um,
Doody.
Chetney Pocketby, High Hunter and Lupine Paragon.
Oh.
Dorian Storm, Master Muse and Son of the Wind.
Does Keyleth know
Imogen
about?
Tumult.
Well, does Keyleth know about
I
the
think so.
times that he attacked his own? Because it's been twice,
Hmm.
right? So to call him a paragon, it's like, well, you're not always
Hmm.
sure. So this is just
Yeah.
Keyleth coming up with titles just to maybe like prove her point, right?
Yes. Yeah. The about to make the rest of the council sort of believe them.
Yeah.
We got Imogen Tumult, Exultant Hope of the Red Storm. Think.
Yeah, that's so powerful.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
That
Laura
one
gets all
raised
the
my eyebrow.
really good ones.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that one raised my
in what
eyebrow though
way?
because if I was in that crowd, I'd be like, oh really? Exultant, huh? Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, not Paragon. What was she of the Red Storm? Hope.
Exultant Hope. Yeah.
Hope. See that? I think that clears it up for me because she's
Yeah.
the hope of this thing. But also, I don't know
Right.
how much they know about how much Ludinus needs an exalted to do some shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
then we got Aurum of the Arashari, Savior Blade of the Tempest.
Yeah.
That was we heard that one before.
With the wink and the nod.
Yep. Yep.
That was cute.
And then my favorite, Brias Doomseed, Nascent Might of the Platinum's Call.
And my question here is nascent. Why
Yeah.
nascent? Because that's a
Yeah.
fancy adjective that means kind of like transparent and a
A
little bit
little bit.
wispy.
Yep.
You know?
Uh-oh. I went.
Oh, jeez, what happened?
Whoa. I went monochrome there for a
You
second.
did.
That was neat. That was cool. I wonder what happened.
God, I wish I could edit that into the video on purpose. That was just a beautiful moment. Man, we both got to look at our connections, man.
Yeah,
the
man.
nascent.
Well, I'm out in the country here.
Oh, speaking of which. Oh, he's calling back right now. They must be having a crazy downpour right now or something. I don't know. On hold now. What's going on? Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to hang that up and come back. Hey, everybody. Glad you could be here with us while we are... Oh, yeah, that's recording. There we go. While he moves to different countries, we all try to figure out how the fuck everything's going to work over this distance and his torrential, typhonic, tropical storms.
Woo! I'm back.
What the hell was that all about?
I don't know, man. I was trying to call you. Yeah, it was weird. I was trying to call you, and it's like you're unavailable.
And it said this call was on hold. It's like, man, it just started.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
The moment you said, well, I'm out in the country, freeze.
Amazing. Well, literally, I am out in the country, and there's a giant storm here. It's been raining for a solid 38 for. It was raining when I woke up this morning. It was still raining when I came home tonight. It rained all day at work today, all day. Is what it is.
So they got some good
Rainy
flood
season.
control, eh?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a nice little spot here. We're in like a little subdivision that's on the top of a hill. So we're like irrigated.
You should be.
Good drainage.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was I did the titles. You got your thing. Is it my yes and?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'm just gonna say our future is looking bright with one shots. We are 100%
Yeah.
basically confirmed by Matt that there will be a one shot of Vox Machina going to assault the Malleus Key. There will be a one shot.
Oh, concerted effort. See, when you sent me,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off. That's when you
Nope.
sent me that message, I was
Yep.
like, and I hadn't finished the first half yet, or maybe I had, or
Right.
whatever. And I was like, I'll keep watching. And I hadn't remembered it until you just said it just now. So,
Right.
okay, this
So
is good shit. Ooh, Benny.
they're gonna come. They're gonna come back to the table. Hopefully, it's not one episode. We're hoping 2 or 3 episodes in a row, like a mini series of the Vox Machina going back to assault, spearheading basically with a whole bunch of allies the attack at the Malleus Key. The Mighty Nine going to assault the Weave Mind on Ruidus, and then Bell's Hells going in the back door to get to, or maybe they all going together. I have no idea. Going to Eludinus and Predathos at the big pillar in the middle of the moon. Exciting stuff, man. It's going to be big. It's going to be very big. My question about all of this is, we know who Robbie plays with Bell's Hells. Who's he going to play with Vox Machina and Mighty Nine? Or is he? Is he not invited to that table?
I would think he wouldn't be there.
That's sort of my guess, but maybe because it looks like he might be a full-time cast member at this point. Maybe
He's being phenomenal.
been the best so far. Put a pin in that one. When Vox Machina goes to assault the Malleus Key,
Where's
who is
Scanlan?
well, also who's Liam going to play?
I keep forgetting that he's
Right?
dead.
He's not dead, just a screaming marble.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. He's eternally in agony. Yeah. Or he may not be there. You know, I mean, look, man, we just had
Possibly.
Downfall, and like there were a few people playing some characters, but they also had three people, 4 that I didn't know who the fuck they were at all whatsoever.
So we might get Sam reprising Scanlan. We will definitely get Travis reprising Grog and Taliesin reprising Percy, and so on and so on. My guess is that Liam probably does Levtel from the Search for Grog.
Liev.
Search for Bob. Huh?
Liev Tell, right?
I thought it was Levtel. Lievtel? Oh, okay, sure.
Get in the comments.
Tomato. And I think Robbie comes in with a new player just to round it out. And then I think they do the same with the Mighty Nine. Now, other question about Mighty Nine.
Wait, hold on a second. With Liev Tell, didn't they... No. They fucked Bertrand Bell, right?
Yes.
At the end?
Yes.
And no death happened there?
No.
I thought... No, okay.
No, because Bertrand died in Campaign 3. That's why the Bell's Hells.
But I thought Liev Tell was like, okay, this is the last little tryst before I go to the mother's hands or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah, something. But I think that might have just meant like they're going back to the temple. Who knows? Next point is, and I got a lot of them here.
Comments.
We know for sure that Veth Bernardo said she's hung up her shit. She won't fight again. So what does Sam do with the Mighty Nine? Probably not going to play Luke again because he's probably grounded until the rest of his life.
He fucked up.
Yeah.
But he did growl. He did well, but
he did very well. Yes, but
he's in trouble.
In big trouble. So who does Sam play in the Mighty Nine thing?
Maybe
be interesting.
He takes a break.
Maybe.
You know? I mean, he's going through some stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And this is all speculation. We don't know if we're getting one shots.
They kind of Matt sort of confirmed on Beacon on the cooldown stuff that yes.
That's why I don't like Beacon, man. We've talked about this. Did I talk about it live?
Yeah, you did last week. Yeah.
Damn it, man. It's like because I'm just missing out on all kinds of stuff as a super fan, and I'm missing out on everything. Like I want to see what's on those. Yeah, I did say that. Okay, yeah, I'm missing out on what's on those sheets. I'm missing out on like Matthew basically saying like, "Oh, guys, we're gonna have a one shot." Come on, man.
Basically confirmed it. I mean, he's like, "Yeah, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna probably we'll come back and we'll do this, you know, the right way, and it'll be 3 separate. So there'll be the Vox Machina show, and then there'll be the Mighty Nine show, and then there'll be a continuation of Campaign 3 with Bell's Hells.
What about Terry and
More
Darrington?
or less. Yeah, right. What about Terry and Darrington? Does he come back? Is that who Sam comes with at for Vox Machina? Who knows? Or is there a Darrington Brigade episode in the future?
Like maybe they're the ones they put in the back door just to
They got a lot,
distract.
man. I I kind of there's a big part of me that wonders about a lot of this stuff. This feels like the end game. It feels
Kaylee.
like
He could
we're
play
in.
Kaylee.
Could do. Yeah, for sure. Could
Kylie?
do.
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Oh boy.
Kylie.
It's Kaylee.
Yep.
Kylie?
Yep.
Shit. No, I don't know.
Nope.
Kaylee came up first.
Go with it.
Comments, folks. Comments.
Yes. I think. Oh, man, I don't know what to think. We'll find out. It's gonna be a ride. We'll definitely find out.
Yeah. Ben, do you, if you don't mind me yes-anding on a yes and,
Go ahead.
are you sensing any kind of finality to this whole thing?
That's literally right at my after this point was that is in big letters. Is this the end game?
Yeah.
Feels like it. And
Now,
then I think
I don't just mean of this campaign. Like they're putting a lot of stuff. They're putting all 3 campaigns into this. They're clearly they're not level 20, but they're with level 20 people, and then shit's gonna go down.
Yeah,
and
I
then
read
it's
a I
like,
read a post
what would
this
campaign
morning.
4 be?
I read a post this afternoon, not this morning. I read a post this afternoon about multiple people saying it feels like this is Matt's Final Fantasy
Sometimes
VI,
it feels like.
where he's bringing everything together to destroy something beautiful, like he did with Iman in Campaign 1, destroying it all. And this is the reboot of Critical Role into Daggerheart for Campaign 4.
Do they have enough income to make sure that they continue something like this in the future? Or are they going to be like, we're done, you guys
Who
go at
knows?
it, and we're going to continue
Who
voice
knows?
acting and raise our families, and thank you very much and goodbye?
I think so. But I
I'm
don't
sensing
think-
some finality, like they're going to be done after this
Yeah.
campaign.
It's hard to know. Maybe
It's impossible
maybe
to know, of course, but
No, I think there might be something like that. I mean, all good things must come to an end, right? So maybe it'll be a sad day if that's what happens, but maybe, yeah. I mean, part of me wouldn't be surprised by it. I suppose it's possible.
wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, you know, they're the way that I don't know, the way that I was going to say shoehorn and then I was going to say dovetail. Both terms not what I'm looking for. The way that they're just kind of like, I mean, Matthew seems to be, all right, let's get everything in so that everything can end nicely, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And geez, what pressure that would be for Matthew, his final words. Like, final words of campaign 2, they were all right. Final words of campaign 1, ooh, that was so good. So good.
Yeah.
Those final words there.
Mm-hmm.
And then campaign 3, and I'm, speculating here. If it's a final thing and they're like, thank you very much, good night.
Yeah. We're only 105. I mean, campaign 1 was 140, campaign 2 was 120, 115, whatever. We still got a ways to go, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah. We still got some episodes left. And I think the one shots, the little side mini series will go a long way to alleviating those worries. So, yeah. I think so. I think we'll be okay.
All right. Well, hey, I came up with another point while we were talking. So, you want to roll again?
Let's do a rolly.
All right, let's do this.
I got to win 1 in 2 weeks. Come on, man.
5? Come
Ooh,
on, man.
I got a 15.
From 4 to 5, from 3
Okay.
to 15. This shit's rigged.
I don't know this for a fact, but I feel it's true that some of what I talked about earlier about Matt being at the top of his game with Wayland Amaretta, the scale bearer, the sea popper,
Yeah. Yep.
this is some of Matt's. There's no way this was all prepared. Some of it had to have been improv because there's no way you come up with those things on the you can't come up with those beforehand. This all came up with on the fly. There's no way. He was just riffing after riffing after riffing. It was all just absolute brilliant stuff. With the talking about the when he said it's a safe in a safe, where he had the big safe and then he had the little egg and that was a little thing inside of it, and then it was a safe in a safe because he didn't describe it. Chetney did. Like he was like, well, Travis, what would it be? And he's like, well, it would
Yeah.
be a little egg, and when you just move it just right. And then Matt's like, yeah, it's like it's safe in a
Precious.
safe. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, the precious. Like this is mental. How does somebody come up with this stuff that quickly? I do
Matt,
not know.
Matthew was struggling a bit with the secret code.
Yeah,
I could see
yeah.
him waffling a little bit, because
Hmm.
like Fern says right away, "What does that code mean?" And he's like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, okay, here we
Oh,
go."
I better got to make
It
something
was
up here.
it was
The
putting shit
Wayland
together,
decimal system.
and I
Yep.
could see through it. But hey, it's like, hey, still good job, buddy. Like,
Still amazing improv. Like he's got it all. It's just right there. He's like, this guy is this guy is this. And then we end with the one of the greatest lines. They were laughing so hard right at the end of this episode. I was crying. I was at tears streaming down my cheeks from laughing at this last bit. Like, can I have a signed pop so I can sell it on D&D Bay?
that
Just
was like the last line.
holy crap. Matt's like, that's it. We gotta
Yeah.
cut. We gotta cut this now. This isn't.
They
We're
never
breaking too
ended
many
like that.
walls.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He's like, stop. Okay, we're done. That's
Yep,
the end of
we're
the
done.
episode.
That's
We're gonna
it.
cut it there.
That's it. Sam was just too fast. Again, way too quick. That's it. That's all I want to talk about because that the brilliance with that NPC was just off the charts good.
And
Loved
I love,
it, every bit of it.
from campaign 1 through campaign 2 and now campaign 3, which has kind of been forgotten a little bit, the level of deceit, that was in campaign 1, which is pretty standard for a first campaign.
Yes.
Betrayal, one of the
Yeah.
most common heavy motifs, I guess, in a setting. And now they're all just like, hold on a second, maybe.
Yeah.
So, like, who was it? Was it Fern or was it Imogen? I think it was Fern that was like, can I do an inside check on this person? Are they actually a fan?
Right. Are they
or
actually? Yeah.
Are
It
they
was
trying
fun.
to get close and, like, they're
Yep.
the Rakshasa,
Yes.
trying to fucking kill him for some reason?
And she rolled obscenely high and got a good roll out of it. Like it got a good vibe off of it. Matt clearly gave her some good intel that said, no, he's legit. He's on the level.
Yeah. And didn't Orem get a really long whisper when he noticed his
That was when
Dorian's dad?
When he noticed Dorian's dad, yeah, a really long one. I think that was mostly because they were so noisy. The around him was so
Can
noisy.
you say it again?
Yeah, I think it was. It was a little bit like what? Huh? Oh, okay. All right, buddy. Well, that's kind of it for me. I don't have much more to say. Like you said, we don't have I don't have much more to talk about for this episode.
Okay, well, I got two things that are kind of in the same vein.
Go.
But what the fuck is his name? Sam's character?
Bryas Doomseed.
I just call him Betrayus.
There we go.
He's clearly gonna. He's clearly lying all the time.
All the time.
He's not.
All
I
the
don't,
time.
I don't
And
trust
they're
anything
not
he
even-
said.
Nope, they're not even. Well, obviously he is. I mean, he's a follower of Asmodeus, or is he? Because he could be lying about that too. But then he goes and he's like, he lies
He's
to
a
the
wannabe
high
follower.
bearer.
That's why he lies, right?
Perhaps, or maybe he isn't. Is that a lie?
Yeah, maybe he's a true follower and he's really good at
Right.
lying, and he's got
Right.
that charisma to fucking sell
Yes.
it. You
Yep.
know?
Yes. Yeah, it's a fun one, right? When you know a liar is a liar, are they lying?
Yeah. So all this thing about okay, so he's lying clearly, and man, Sam, brilliant. He's like, oh, while they're approaching, I just reach my pocket and I break this little piece of metal.
Yeah.
That's it. And then continues on, and then he lies about it for fucking
Yep.
what, 2 minutes live or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, this, and everybody was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like the players
100%.
are seeing him being deceitful, right?
Yeah. Yes. And that's where you have to trust the table not to go meta, because the players know it, but the characters don't necessarily understand it.
I mean,
So
this by
it's- you
trust,
gotta
not
be-
fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also that moment that he mentions, like, what about, and bear with me here, what if we raise Vecna to have him fight for us? And, like, after seeing this episode, I'm like, that motherfucker's trying to betray these fuckers. Maybe not betray
Probably.
them, just do something for his own personal
Well,
gain.
he's
Or something.
or
I
for
don't
the
know.
gain of his patron, like the deity that he follows, that he gets his powers from. He is a paladin, right? So
Yeah.
he does get his powers from a deity of some sort.
So let's just
So-
let's just unprison Vecna.
Oh, that just reminded me of something else too. Wonder
And then
if in the
Prodophagus
next
can eat him afterwards, but let's just
Yeah,
let him
sure.
out for now to help us fight, and then
Speaking of Prism, we still haven't heard back from Prism or Frida or the rest of that crew, whoever else there was there.
Oh, Frida was
About
a
yeah,
big deal back then.
yep,
So they don't know what
yep.
happened to FCG.
Doesn't know about FCG yet. So then in the next week or so, we might get some of that intel, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I was vocal about this back in the day when that was happening. That
Hmm.
that was some puppy love.
Yes,
You
very
know,
much.
it was like 10 hours, and you're saying I love you. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
man, take it easy.
yeah.
So,
Yep. One thing. Speaking of, we did get out of this episode. We did get the past two. I think we got a lot of character growth, a lot. Finally, in these, it's been something that's been missing noticeably for like 100 episodes. Is not a lot of character growth with these characters, and finally we get some in these last two, which has been really important. I think why the episodes have resonated so well because there's been so much one-on-ones and so much, growing and laughing and joking and talking and emotion with each other. It's been good.
yeah. And like I said
Yep.
before, easy listening. Like I didn't have to
Very easy listening.
rewind a lot. There were a lot of laughter
Hmm.
breaks that I didn't understand.
Yeah, a lot of jokes.
I think there was
A
some inside
lot of
stuff that just
silly jokes. Yeah. I don't think it was so much inside stuff as it was just double entendres and innuendos and things about what was happening.
and a couple of things that were kind of muttered under breath, so we couldn't really
Mm,
hear it, even with my headphones in at max volume.
yeah.
And I'm like, what was that?
Subtitles, man. You got to get those subtitles going. It's
There
so
you
important.
go. Yeah,
I catch it all because the subtitles explain it. But yeah,
I just find myself reading them instead of listening. I don't know.
yeah,
But
you get used to it. I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
yeah, like I said before, the second time through, yeah, subtitles. Or if I watch on my TV, subtitles are standard on my TV.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, because the TV's so big it doesn't take up much real estate. All right, man. I don't got much more to say.
No,
So maybe
I'm out of
we
points here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode, but we don't get
same
one for
in
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez. But that's kind of good. I got this band situation thing going on, this
Yep.
opportunity in
And
music.
I if the rain ever stops, I'm going to try and get out this weekend again. I got out Sunday for a good couple of hours, and I want to do that again this weekend to explore my new neighborhood, to explore the environs and the mountains of Chiang Mai. It's gorgeous out here.
I would like to point out this is the first time that there was not a single non-human animal in this room on camera
Yeah,
since our
it's true.
inception, I believe.
The girl's sleeping in the bed over right beside me. She's
Hmm.
passed out on the floor in her bed.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
good
she's
girl.
sweetheart. She is a good girl.
But even the other beasts,
Yeah, they're
not a
around
single one
somewhere.
roamed.
I don't know where they are. They're around. It's a rainy day. They're all just sort of sleepy. I should take her out though, because she hasn't. I think it might have stopped raining a little bit, so I should maybe take her out very soon.
You should design yourself a little doggy umbrella for her.
Yeah, no kidding. She
A
can walk
little
herself.
harness.
I did see her go and walk herself for the first time. We have a little dog door in the gate here, and I can keep the door open and she can go out and explore the neighborhood by herself. So that's kind of nice. And I finally caught her going out and having a little pee by herself, which was kind of cute.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
her.
yeah, growing up.
Oh, lazy girl. Give her some scratches for me when you can.
I will.
I miss her. All right, dude. Well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. This is all you.
Yeah, that's right. That's all what I got to do. All right. Well, hey, like I've said multiple times, get in touch in the comments. I promise to read them this time. But we got 2 weeks, and there was lots of stuff that we weren't sure about. Yeah, get in touch with the
Always
comments.
is.
I have nothing to promote right now because I am sworn to secrecy, but there is something that I want to be able to promote pretty soon. But again, man, I guess I'll say it when I can say it.
Yep.
But something is a brewing. Something is afoot. But I'll tell you when I can. Jeez. Yeah, he is Ben Greenspoon, at Ben Greenspoon on all the socials. I'm at drummatucka.
You can find me.
On all the socials, Instagram, that's all I use, and yeah, I use Facebook, but just find me there.
Yeah.
And yeah, check out, follow this guy. Check out my albums. Do some stuff. And
Comment
I'm
down
waffling
below.
here. There we go. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yep. Get in touch down here. Start that conversation right downstairs.
Yep.
And
Yep.
man, if nothing else, don't forget to love each other. And is it finally next Friday? We should
That's
get
right.
like a four-sided dive between then and now, yeah?
We probably will. Probably on Wednesday here, Tuesday there, Wednesday here, something like that. They'll do a four-sided dive next week, and then we'll get the next episode then following Friday.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that one next time we
Yeah.
see you right
Yeah.
up over here for episode 106.
For sure.
For sure.
106.
All right. Well, then, hey, take care
All
of
right, bud.
yourself.
Yeah, you too, man. Peace.
Peace.